Hi guys, welcome back. I am Maddie, a part-time reseller on eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari. And I thought today we could do a little bit of a ship with me. I am in a different location than where I normally ship. I have a corner desk in my little posh room, and so it was less than idealistic to ship over there like I normally do. So I brought everything over to my coffee table, clean the coffee table, of course, that way we're ready to go. It's a little bit of a better location. If you guys hear any background noises, it is because it is raining cats and dogs out there. So if you hear any thunder, that's what that's about. Hopefully you guys don't hear that. Or my dog is also in the little corner over there, her little area, and she is sniffling for attention. So if you guys hear any of those background noises, that is what it is. We have a lot to ship today. I had like 20 sales yesterday just on Poshmark alone, because I was sending out some really aggressive offers. We'll talk a little bit more about that as I ship, but let's go ahead and get into this. This is about a day and a half's worth of shipping. So I'm going to show you how I package everything, talk about what things sold for, and kind of my processes as we go. So let's get our first item. So the first item that I have here is a Mizook dress. It was brand new with tag. It was listed for about a day. A little story about this dress is that it actually sold on eBay once before, and somehow it got delivered back to me. I don't know if it was a postal service error or if the woman had inputted her address incorrectly, but it was returned to me and the woman didn't want me to ship it back. She was like, just give me a refund. And I was like, okay. So it took me a little bit to get this relisted. But when I did, it literally sold within a day. Someone sent me an offer for $50 and I was like, yes. So I have this in a little Ziploc baggie. I'm going to reuse this baggie. So I'm gonna put that back in my Ziploc container, and I'm gonna get a sheet of tissue paper. I accidentally grabbed two, which often happens. Only want one. Okay, that's fun. And we're gonna lay that out all nice and neat. I'm going to kind of look this over one more time. It is black, so I wanna make sure it's not like covered in anything. It is not. I'm gonna fold it nice and neat. Doesn't have to be super perfect. People really are not that picky. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut some pieces of tape. I am using the free eBay tape. If you guys do not know, if you have an eBay store, you get like $50 worth of credit, and all you have to do is pay for the taxes on the supplies that you order. So they have tape, they have poly mailers, etc. And so I do use eBay tape even for Poshmark orders. They really don't care, guys. So I'm going to wrap it kind of like a present. Tape one side. We'll move to our next side. Hopefully you guys can hear me over the rustling. Edit some of these noises out. They're a little bit unpleasant. And again, just fold this up. And here is our finished product. And this should fit in a priority mail poly mailer. This again is a free mailer that you can get off of the USPS website. We'll talk a little bit more on eBay how you can't always use these mailers, but on Poshmark you can. Slide this in there. And then we will seal it. So I know some people like to bulk print their labels, and then what they do is they just like write on the back what each order is. I don't like to do that because I think that I'm going to make a mistake. So I print the labels as I go. That way I can just kind of quickly double check it. Maybe it takes a little bit longer, but I just feel more secure. That's my dymo that you hear. And we will peel that off. Here's the label, and then we'll just stick that on. So one down, covering up their information. One ready to ship. our next item is an item that sold again. I think this one sold like 15 days after listing. This is a Torrid super soft navy blue t-shirt, and this one someone sent me an offer for $19 and I said yes, let's get this packaged. These sales were actually from late Saturday night, shipping this on Monday now. And these ones were from late Saturday night. I had already packaged earlier that Saturday morning. Especially being that I have some more time, I like to package day by day. That way I'm not like overwhelmed during the school year. If you guys don't know, I am a librarian. I was a teacher, but now I'm a librarian. During the school year, I typically just ship, or I package Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then we will ship Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and then like the weekends I will ship as I go. So again, we're wrapping it like a present. This one is a smaller piece, so I can get away with using one piece of tape. And again, we're going to be able to put this in a priority mail collar. You guys will see quite a few Torrid sales. Like I've told you many a times, Torrid is one of my favorites to sell. So next we have a pair of Clark's peep toe wedges. These are not a super popular Clark's style. Clark's more so known for their boots. I personally don't have very good luck with Clark's. I know other people have very good luck with it. Kind of a random side note, I saw this on a Poshmark Facebook group I'm in. Someone had commented on these peep toe wedges and they were like, my friend from church has these, which is apparently something that a lot of people do. I'm not really sure why, but I thought that was kind of weird and I just didn't respond to the comment. I probably should have marked it as spam. If you guys don't know, if you mark a comment as spam, it automatically goes away. Like no one from Poshmark really checks to see if it is spam, but kind of weird. For shoes, I wrap each individual shoe in one piece of tissue paper. That way they're not rubbing together. So we have our first peep toe here. Just gonna kind of lay it out. I already have my piece of tape cut. That way it'll be easy to wrap it up. So this is what it looks like when it's wrapped. It doesn't have to be perfect. Now that I have them both wrapped, I'm going to use another free box. This one I believe is just called the shoe box, which is perfect for shoes. I just kind of dropped them in there nice and secure. That's what it looks like if you guys can see. And then we will tape the top. So you can see each side has the eBay tape. Make sure that it's stuck down all the way. And let's print our label. And it's good to go. Next we have another Torrid piece. This one sold within I think 4 days. So this is a Torrid Geo Aztec printed chiffon blouse, and this one sold offers to likers for $20. I was sending out like crazy offers. Let me go ahead and work as I do this. I was sending out crazy offers, so I do use a service to do this, and first I sent out 20% off, so it would go to all of those people that haven't received a 20% off. And then I sent out 30% off, so people who had already received 10 and 20% off were now getting 30%. And because I'm really trying to move inventory, then I sent out 40% off. it worked very well. Now, profit margins weren't incredible necessarily, but if you're looking to move inventory, that's a good way to do it. That way, you're really showing people that you're being kind of aggressive while you send it out. I said on Poshmark, just yesterday in one day I had 20 sales or 21 from using that strategy. So I have a lot of listings right now and I'm running out of storage space to get everything like put into a container. So I am trying to move some pieces, meaning that on some pieces I'm making like just a few dollars. They were probably just bad buys. You learn from them. You'll see some of those coming up here soon. Alright, this next piece is one of those bad buys that I was talking about. It was a Free People Tan loose knit cardigan. And I got this at a buy sell trade store, I think like during their 90% off clearance or something of the sort. I know I didn't pay that much there, even though that's where it's from. And this is just one of those Free People styles that was just not a good choice on my part. I saw Free People and I got persuaded to pick it up. So this sold only for $10. I was sending out those offers and then someone counter offered me at 10. And I sat there for a minute and I was like, maybe I could at least try for 15. And then I was like, no lady, this has zero interest. This has been sitting for a while. Just cut your losses, take the piece. I probably profited like $1. It is what it is. This next piece is one that I had for a little bit. This one came out of like nowhere. Someone liked it and then sent me an offer for $25. It is a men's pair of Newick tag Levi jeans, and I do believe in the algorithm, so I do think if you are very active and you're sending out these offers, that Poshmark tends to see that you're doing stuff, and then they kind of, I don't know if they promote your listing, but somehow people tend to find you. I do believe in that. I don't know the science behind it, but I do believe that is a thing. So I know some people are kind of particular about jeans. I just package them as normal. I've never had any complaints. I'm gonna tuck this little tag in because I don't want to accidentally like tape over that. Anything to avoid, you know, getting a case open. I haven't really had it happen too much to me, but like I said, I am in that Poshmark group on Facebook, and I've seen some people like post screenshots of just people like randomly, any straw they can grasp trying to return things, probably because it didn't fit, and Poshmark obviously doesn't accept returns based on fit, so they will be like, there was tape on it, there were, you know, strings hanging off, and it's like barely anything, just trying to kind of scam the system. So I'm very mindful of that, and I always try and make sure that there can't be any room for someone to make a mistake. Now, of course, I do get returns here and there, and normally it is someone trying to return something based on fit and Poshmark denies it, or it is an honest mistake that I made. So you guys can see this is kind of a bulkier item. It probably won't fit in a priority mail padded flat rate envelope. I'm gonna hold it up so you guys can see. So I'm going to go grab a box. Whenever it's kind of like questionable and I would really have to jam it in there, I would, especially on Poshmark where you can use kind of any packaging, I would rather take the safer option and put it in a box. Alright, I grabbed the box, and this is actually a box that I am reusing. Someone sent me something from Poshmark in this box, but it's still in really great shape. So I do have a pile over in my Posh room where I keep boxes from things. That way I can reuse them. So that fits in there really nicely. And this does have an adhesive on there already, but I am going to tape over it because, like I said, I am reusing this box, so even though it sticks, I really want to make sure that it's not going to come apart. You can see it just flapped open a little bit, so I definitely want to tape that up. Alright, so this next piece sold via offer to Liker. It sold very fast. I believe this was a 20% off offer. It was a Garnet Hill new tag gray bobble cashmere sweater in a size small. It sold for $24. Like I said, I did send out an offer, so there was that $1.50 fee that came out for the shipping discount. Yes, this is cashmere. Yes, this is new with tag. Yes, I probably could have held out for more and even started it higher. I think I had it originally priced at $32. But it's not sweater season. I don't have very much experience with Garnet Hill. I know I didn't pay much for this, and I got this very recently, so I was happy with this. As you guys can see, this one is in a bigger Ziploc bag. Just order all of this off of Amazon. And again, I am going to reuse this bag. So you can see, here's my bigger Ziploc bags. Now, I don't write anything on the baggies. Like, I know some people write inventory numbers, and I personally do not do that. What I will do is I have a Excel spreadsheet where I write down everything that I got from a particular thrift store. I have a little code that's not hard to decipher at all if you look at my listings, that like kind of tells me where to look on my inventory spreadsheet, and then I will put like what bin it's in on the spreadsheet, so it's really easy to find. So like, for example, if this was I thrifted this I think May 24th, I put MY for May 24, so I know to look on that page in my spreadsheet. And then next to where it says Garnet Hill, it'll say like 18 for box 18. Now that's what works for me. I've tried many of different inventory processes. That again is just what works for me. I think you need to maybe play around and experiment a little bit and see what works for you, what works for your brain, what is going to get you the most streamlined results. And this one is a bulkier piece, so I am going to go find a box to fit this in. So I found a good box for this. This one is from a purchase I made from Nordstrom Rack. There was even still the little Nordstrom Rack like receipt in there, so I definitely want to take that out and throw that away. Now you may have been thinking this whole time, like, you're not putting thank you notes or anything or business card or anything in there. I personally, for my business, don't find that to be necessary. I know that when I receive things and there's a thank you note, I normally think, oh, that's sweet, and then I throw it away. Or if I receive a business card, I'll maybe like glance at it and then I will throw it away. So for me, in my personal opinion, I don't think that ordering those things or taking the time to write the thank you note is necessarily a good use of my time. Now, with that said, if someone reached out to me and is like, I'm a viewer, or I follow you on Instagram or something like that, then of course I want to take the time and say thank you, and I would write them a personal thank you note. But just for any one random buyer, I just don't think people really care that much. That's my opinion. You're entitled to yours. Let's keep it peaceful here. This next piece is an Anthropologie piece that I absolutely would pick up again. I did get this at a buy sell trade store for I think about $12, and I think I got this back in February. This one will fit into a priority mail mailer. Alright, next we have another Torrid piece. This is a Torrid floral gauze off the shoulder mini dress, and this one didn't take that long to sell, but I did go for a little bit lower of a price than I would have wanted. It went for $16, which again was in offer that I sent out, and I think the reason that it didn't sell for like that much and it didn't sell as quickly as I wanted is because it was in a size 12, which isn't necessarily plus size. That's like an extra large, I think, whereas plus size I think starts at like a 16 or 14. So Torrid is really known for their plus size pieces. Therefore, unless it's really cheap, I typically don't pick up like 0x or 00x or 12 unless, like I said, it's very cheap and inexpensive. So although I did still probably quadruple my money on this. No, that's a lie because of fees. Even though I probably tripled my money on this, I just think you need to be really mindful about your torrid sizes. Again, this one will fit into our padded flat rate envelope. I try and go pretty slow when putting it into the padded flat rate envelope because this tissue paper is thinner, so therefore I could accidentally poke a hole in it, and I don't want to do that. Get it like as flat as possible, that way it's a little bit easier to seal and it's easier for me to stick the label on. Very quickly though, there's a Bowden piece and it sold for an offer of $15. Bowden is, as I'm sure you guys know, very hit or miss. Some pieces get a good amount of attention and then some just sit forever, and it's always the pieces that I think are just the cutest that sit forever, I've found. So maybe I just don't have a good eye for what the Bowden buyer likes. But like I said, I think I got this one at the end of May. It's now the beginning of June, so it did sell very quickly. $15, I can't complain. That's tripling my money really quickly. Alright, next we have a pair of Spiritual Gangster new with tag tie-dye seamless leggings. My mom actually gave me these. I don't have the best luck with Spiritual Gangster. I know some people can sell it really quickly. I don't honestly have that luck. I had these priced at $70, which I knew was a stretch. And I sent out that 40% offer, and someone messaged me. I believe the offer was like $42 plus obviously discounted shipping. And she messaged me and she said, hey, if you lower this to $40, it won't charge you like a fee for shipping. So it wouldn't charge me that $1 and whatever cents, and it'll even out. So just change it to $40 if you don't mind. And I was like, okay, that's kind of kind and considerate of her, because I do think I made like a few cents or $1 more than had it been $42 in that $150 shipping fee. Next we have a Disney Parks Windbreaker rain jacket. This took a little bit to sell. I think I got this at the end of January. It sold for $21, which was an offer that I sent out. And Disney Park stuff does okay. You're not going to make crazy money, but it's going to do better than just like the Disney tag, because obviously Disney Park means that you can only get it when you go to like Disney World or Disneyland, one of the Disney parks. So it is a little bit more exclusive. Alright, next we have a pair of Free People booties. This was one of those items that I think the algorithm was in my favor. Someone just came in, liked it, and sent me an offer. They sent me an offer for $40. These are brand new in box. They are the leather Celine black booty. I do have this in a size 8 as well if anyone's interested. I also have a snake printed version of this as well, but I'm not sure what size that one's in. Free People shoes do okay for me. Again, I'm going to reuse a box, and you guys can see this fits in there pretty nicely, but if the box was too big, I would need to use some of those like little plastic packing bubbles. That way it doesn't slide all around. I love shipping shoes new. I didn't say, but those were obviously a retail arbitrage find. Free People shoes do super okay for me. They're normally slow movers, but when they do sell, they tend to sell at a decent price. Now, I would stay away from those lower shoe sizes like 5 and 5.5. It's no hate against you if that's your shoe size. It just has taken me like a very, very long time, even if it is a desirable style, at least when it comes to Free People shoes. Now, did I learn my lesson about the small sizes? Probably not, because the other day I picked up a pair of Yeezys in a women's size 5 and a men's size 4. So I think I'm gonna sit on those for a while, to be honest. Alright, this next sale is kind of embarrassing. I had this listed for over a year. It sold for $7, which is an offer that I sent out. So I made $2.55, but in actuality, I probably lost a few cents. I know I got this Loft Ombre Eyelet tank top on a half off like color at Goodwill a very long time ago, but I probably still paid maybe like $3, $2 and some odd cents. So breaking even, losing a few cents, something like that. But I was very happy to see this go. Now, with that said, I didn't relist it. That's something that I'm going to work on this summer, is relisting things, and I want to share kind of the data that I find from relisting with you guys. You guys can see that this is an older piece. It is in a plastic little wrap already, so it doesn't need to be wrapped in tissue paper. I did used to use these plastic wraps, but I stopped using them because you can't reseal them. So like once you break the seal off, that's done. It has to stay in there. So sometimes I would get questions about things and I would have to undo it and then reuse another one, and they are more expensive. Whereas tissue paper, I have way more over in my office space, and this has lasted me, I bought it in bulk off Amazon, and it's lasted me like 2 months, 2 or 3 months already. Whereas these, I would go through them very quickly, and let's say that I want to go through my inventory and donate some things to like Plato's Closet or like an Uptown Cheapskate, the consignment store of sorts. I would have to undo all of these, which would be a waste of money. Whereas with the Ziploc bags, I can just reuse those Ziploc bags. So although it does take me longer to package, I think it's more cost effective and it's better for the environment because these obviously you cannot reuse. So I don't know, pick your battles, use what works for you, but I think I like the Ziploc bag method better, even though it does take me longer to ship. Alright, next we have a soft surrounding ultra soft gray waterfall cardigan, and this sold at the 40% off offer price for $14. Soft surroundings for me is very hit or miss. I can't really say it's a size thing. A lot of people say it sells better in larger sizes. Well, this is a size large. I thought this was a cute cardigan. I couldn't find a stock photo for it, so that may have contributed. But I know I got this at a half off sale, so I did make a profit, albeit a small one. It says my earnings were $9.55, so I'm going to assume that my average cost of goods was like $3, so $6 is what it is. Sometimes you have to take those small profits, they do add up. Next we have a Juicy Couture purple lip sweater, and it says large. I picked this up pretty recently. It sold for $15, which was an offer that I sent out, and I had a feeling that this would not sell for a lot, but that it would sell quickly because this like lip print thing, this lip print graphic has been pretty popular. I actually got my mom a Lauren Moshi like rainbow lip print sweater a while back because that's what she really wanted. So that's just kind of keeping up with the trends, but since it was Juicy Couture and it's not their velour tracksuits, I figured it wouldn't go for much, but it did go quickly, so I'm happy with that. Next we have a pair of Athleta black velvet striped leggings in a size medium. I really like selling Athleta. It's not always the fastest flip, but it normally goes for that $24 range. I find that Lululemon honestly goes about the same nowadays unless you find like a really good pair of leggings. So I like it. The thrift stores typically don't price it up. I do have one thrift store around me that thinks it's like gold and they price it up to $12, but I just don't buy it there. I had these for a little bit, but they did end up selling for an offer to watchers for $24. And these are black, so I have already lint rolled these. I am very mindful of that, or I try to be. I do have a dog, but she's a Yorkie, so she really doesn't shed that much. And then that's also a reason why my hair is back. I probably shed more than my dog does. So I do like to keep my hair back while I'm shipping because I don't want any loose, gross hairs landing on people's clothing. Would not be pleasant. So I do try, again, to be very mindful of the buyer's experience. I don't want them opening it up and being like, ew. Alright, next we have a Fabletics sports bra. I don't typically pick up Fabletics, but this is camo printed and in really great shape, so I figured that it would sell pretty quickly. Now it was a size extra, extra small, so that was a harder selling point, but oh well. It did sell for $15, which was an offer that I sent out. But sports bras are one of my favorite things to pick up because they are so easy to measure and photograph, and the thrift stores normally only have them priced for like $1 or $2, at least where I go. Alright, next is a sale that I think the Poshmark algorithm kind of created for me. Someone sent me this offer on a Patagonia men's shirt for $19, and I accepted. This was missing a button, but it's this fantastic teal color. Patagonia really doesn't sell that well for me. Even if I get a more desirable piece, I notice that it takes a little bit longer, so I'm not sure if it's losing its resale value. Maybe I just don't market it correctly. I'm not sure. Alright, next we have a BCBG Max Azria one shoulder new with tag dress. It only went for $19, but I know I got this at a Goodwill a while ago on their half off day, so I probably only paid, I think, like $4 for it. So not a bad profit. This is another one where the algorithm helped me out. I don't really necessarily recommend picking up BCBG Max Azria. I still pick it up sometimes if I think it's cute. This was a very outdated style, but it's crazy. The retail price on this was $248 and I sold it for $19. So as you guys can see, the resale value just really is not there. This next piece I sold very quickly. I actually showed you guys this in my last haul. It was an MG cheetah animal printed oversized boho kimono, and in that haul I had said that I sold an MG like watercolor kimono really quickly as well, and this actually sold to the same exact person. So we love a repeat buyer. I'm glad that she stayed in my closet and kept her eye out and managed to find a similar style. So MG I do pick up if I think it's cute, and their kimonos have done obviously pretty well for me. This sold for $25, which is an offer that I sent her. And I believe I sold her the other one for $24, so in that same range. And this did have interest from other people as well, so it's not like it was just like her trying to get it. This went to other people as well. Alright, next we have another really fast seller. This is a Cupshe new with tag cherry printed wrap dress, and this sold at a 10% off offer for $28. I don't recommend necessarily picking up Cupshe. This was my first time picking it up, and although it did sell really quickly, I think that's mostly because it was a novelty print. My understanding about Cupshe is that it is like a Chinese website comparable to like a Shein, so the quality is really not fantastic. But if you find like a novelty print, or I've heard that their bathing suits do very well, maybe pick that up if it's at a low price point. But other than that, I probably would not recommend it. Alright, so next we had a ModCloth dress. This is ModCloth Give It Timeless A-line pussy boa dress. It was really cute. It's a fantastic like mauve purple color, but there was some spotting on the back, which I of course did disclose. It was just like a little bit of discoloration. So I did price it pretty low, and then I think it ended up selling at either 30 or 40% off for $16. It did have quite a bit of interest both on eBay and Poshmark, and I think even Mercari, but because of that discoloration, I was okay with letting it go at this price point. TC Fine shapewear, new with tag, high-waisted, black, thin black thigh, slim. Just shapewear, so they're already prepackaged. I got these on Retail Arbitrage. I honestly don't know pretty much anything about the brand, but I did know that shapewear is trendy. The price point on these was extremely low, so I did get quite a few of them. This is my third one to sell, and this is the lowest price point that it sold at thus far. And it sold for $18, which was an offer that I sent out. But that is still pretty profitable considering the price point I got them at. Obviously if it was like a Spanx or a Skims, you would have gotten a lot more, but I think any type of shapewear, especially new with tag, is going to sell. I still have a pair of these in a small and I think an extra large if you are interested. The next item to sell, as you guys can probably tell, is a very old one. It is in that plastic packaging that I used to use. This was actually relisted and it sold immediately after being relisted. So relist your things. Like I said, I am going to make a video about my results from relisting. I am using Seller Insights to relist. I'll talk more about that in that video, but so far I've already sold 2 items that have been relisted, and I think I've only relisted 40 so far, and that's just relisting on Poshmark. I do also want to relist them on eBay and Mercari, and I'll use List Perfectly for that. This is our last Poshmark item. This is a pair of Gymshark ombre gray and pink seamless leggings. This was actually my pair of leggings and I just didn't want to wear them anymore. They sold for $24. Gymshark is definitely one of those trendier pieces, but it really doesn't sell for that much. I do think it's starting to lose some of its steam and some of its popularity based on just kind of the attention that it's been getting, but I definitely still pick it up. So I did just go and get my poly mailers. I do have to use these on eBay and Mercari because most things on there ship first class, whereas on Poshmark you can ship using priority mail. Shipping first class just means that it's under a pound and it is not insured, so keep that in mind. So since it is not priority mail, it's not over a pound, Poshmark has their own like special agreement. That means that you have to use your own poly mailer. So I did get these off Amazon and I ship exactly the same way. I wrap it the same way on tissue paper. I just put it in this poly mailer. These are my Mercari packages. I sold a Torrid dress. Let me get the information up. I sold a Torrid dress. It was a black coral chalice trapeze dress. This sold for $21 and I made $17.99. Torrid sells exceptionally well on Mercari. So you can see that's just how it looks wrapped up. Really not anything special, and then I'll just affix the label. The F on the label just means first class, and you can see it even says first class package on there, so that's how you know that you're shipping something first class and you can't use the priority mail label. Alright, next we have a Revolve brand. This is NBD, which stands for No Big Deal. It's a collaboration with the Naven twins. It is a hot pink cutout dress. It's very cute. This brand doesn't sell for a lot of money. This was a cuter style. I have 2 other dresses from this brand as well in this collaboration, and they haven't really gotten any attention, but since this one was hot pink and just really cute, it did sell for $39 relatively quickly, and that made my earnings $33.67. This woman was really sweet. She said that this is for her anniversary, and she wanted to know how quickly it's going to get there. First class on Mercari, I've noticed, does tend to take a little bit, but she said her anniversary is on Saturday, and I'm shipping from Texas to Texas, so she should definitely get it, and I'm sure she will look stunning in it. Alright, this next piece I honestly should not have sourced. I did end up making a profit, albeit a small one. It's a Reese color block pleat dress. Reese is a really great brand. I think it's a British brand, but this had quite a few errors that I just didn't notice in the thrift store. I did notice that it had like a spot or 2, but I was very confident that I could get it out, and I was very wrong, and actually made it worse while I was getting out. And then I also didn't notice that underneath the armpit there was a seam split, so of course I disclosed all of that, and it ended up going for $13, and that means that I made $11.02. I got this a little bit ago from a Goodwill, and I think it was the half off color, so I did end up probably doubling my money, probably a little bit more than doubling my money. So sometimes that just happens. I still list flawed items because I want to at least make my money back. Alright, this is my last Mercari sale. It was a Woolly Brown polka dot blouse. It sold for $18, and that gave me a profit of $15.38. Woolly typically sells pretty quickly. I think it's an online store, and then it really only sells in that bread and butter range, so definitely be mindful of what you pay for. This brand, as you guys can tell, you hear that? As you guys can tell, I am definitely a bulk seller, so I don't mind selling things at a lower price point, especially because my average cost of goods is between like $3 and $4 typically, so I don't really mind. I just really like sourcing, and I really like photographing and selling things. I even like packaging, so I pretty much don't. The only thing I don't really like is cleaning shoes. Other than that, I'm pretty on board with everything. Putting away inventory can be a bit of a drag too, but it's small things. I really do enjoy this as my side hustle, and I love going to the thrift store. I'm sure like many of you, the sourcing part is most definitely my favorite part. Next, we're going to package our eBay sales. I only have 2 eBay sales. For a while there, my eBay store was like popping. It was doing way better than my Poshmark store. Now, I'm going to take full accountability as to why it slowed down. I had to cancel probably 7 orders over the course of like 3 months, which is a lot in eBay standards, because I couldn't find the item, or I had already sold it on a different platform. And so I have really made the algorithm of eBay very upset, and therefore I'm trying to rebuild, and I'm doing much better about deleting listings after they've sold. And then I have not canceled an item in a while, so I'm hoping that it starts to pick up again. Don't be like me. That's my word of caution. So I do only have 2 eBay sales. The first one is a THML sleeveless embroidered boho tassel dress in a size small, and this sold for $22. I believe this brand is sometimes sold at Anthropologie, but I think it's also sold at like TJ Maxx and Marshalls. So I only pick up the occasional piece if I think it's really cute. So eBay is different in that you do need a scale. So I just have this one. I got this at Target a while back. And you do need to weigh your package, and you do need to weigh it all packaged up. So don't just weigh the item. It needs to be in the poly mailer or box while you weigh it. So I'm going to put it on here. It says that it weighs 7.7 ounces, so I do need to round up to 8. So I would input 8 ounces. It says that it came out to $3.58. I do have the buyer pay for shipping, and I just kind of calculate based on what I know. So I probably had them pay $4 for shipping. I knew it was going to be pretty lightweight, therefore I didn't want to overcharge. You can do calculated shipping. I think though, once you get the hang of it, it's just easier to put a flat rate on items. Ooh, it's really coming down on here. Alright, one more sale to package. If you made it this far, I am thoroughly impressed. You guys are probably listing or something. I know I love to watch these videos while I'm packaging or photographing or listing. So the next piece sold really quickly. It was a Free People sheer embroidered peasant blouse, but it only sold for $14. This had quite a bit of attention. Why I let it go for so low is it did have some discoloration underneath the armpits, which of course I did photograph and disclose. Always want to be honest. I really thought this was going to sell on Mercari. It had like 10 likes. And I think it had only been posted for not even a week. But $14, I'm good with that. This weighs like practically nothing, so it should ship probably for that $3 or $4 range. So again, we're going to want to weigh this. And this one weighs 5.1 ounces, so we're going to round to 6. So it costs $3.58 to ship. I charged the buyer $4, so I made a few cents. Definitely don't overcharge your buyer for shipping. If you do, try and refund them, just because it's like common courtesy. I think, I know that whenever I see someone trying to charge an astronomical amount of shipping and I know that it doesn't actually cost that much to ship, I'm deterred from buying from them because I think they're like kind of a scammer. Alright, so that is every single package that I had to ship from yesterday and this morning and a little bit of Saturday night. Like I said, I made so many of those sales because I did use an automation program to send out those offers. Definitely, if you're looking to move some inventory and you don't mind taking a lower profit margin, I definitely recommend doing that. I hope you guys enjoyed shipping with me. Make sure that you give this video a thumbs up and you hit the subscribe button if you want to see some more reseller content. All of my closets and stores and Instagram are linked down below. Make sure to tell me that you're from YouTube and I will give you a great deal or a follow back on Instagram. Thank you guys again. I will see you guys next time. Bye.